Hello. Today we're going to talk a little bit about leveling up your Google Earth tour. We're going to talk about creating some advanced tips for using Google Earth and taking it to the next level. The first thing we're going to talk about is how to create a full screen feature. A full screen feature will create a full screen slide. This is going to be part of your next graded entry. You're going to choose a background, and you should make sure that you include your name, the title of the course, which is U.S. History 2, 1865 to Modern History, and the semester is Spring 2021. You also want to make sure that you move this to the top of your tour. Let's jump over to Google Earth and take a look how to do it. Go ahead and jump into your project, and you're going to select New Feature and select Full Screen Slide. This is where we're going to give it a title. So we are going to label this with our name. And then underneath our sub information is going to be our class, which is U.S. History 2, 1865 to Modern History, or Modern Day. And it is the Spring 2021 semester. Then you're going to select a background image. So let's select something that would represent us well. You can also include something from your photos or a specific URL as well. I'm just going to find a map of the United States. And maybe I'm going to type in old map of US, and just to see what else we can find here. Or like this one. All right, and select it. I can also change the color of my background too. I kind of am digging on this green color. And I'm not going to mess with any of this stuff down here. I am going to drop this in. Then you want to drag this to the top because this is going to kind of be your intro slide. So when you click on that, it's going to come up with, there's my green that I just selected, and then here's the map that I just picked out, and it has my information and the course information as well. Obviously, there's a lot of different things that you can edit. So if you like the way that that looks, great. If you don't, then you can certainly come in here and you can tweak text size and formatting and adjust this the way that you would like for it to be. So lots of customization there. The next thing we're going to talk about is setting your capture screen to something exciting. Let's jump back over to Google Earth and take a look how to do that. I know one of the places that probably you all briefly talked about at the beginning of the school year is sort of a place of historical significance because it's the Appomattox Courthouse, which is a fairly big location in terms of Civil War history. So when I just searched for it, this was sort of the default setting, but let's take a look and see how we can spice this up a little bit because it's not super visually appearing. It's a pretty small town. This particular image is okay, but it's not amazing. So let's look and see what we can do. So I'm going to drop this into some street view, and you can see that the Google car has not driven past here. So none of the roads are currently available, but you can notice that I've got some blue dots here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my little guy on one of these blue dots, and let's see what we're working with here. Oh, so this is pretty nice. So take a look. We can see that we've got some structures here. We've got some nice images that we could use, a really pretty nice 3D shot. I really like this particular house. I think that has a really nice visual. So I'm going to use this as my place marker, as sort of that default image that people are seeing. So let's label this Appomattox Courthouse. All right, and I'm going to save it. And I'm going to get rid of my old feature for that one. Oops, and let's edit that because I see right there that I have a spelling mistake as well. Can also add an image. Again, you can utilize your different features here. I could also insert a YouTube video as you guys have done as well. And we can type this in, space for more history. Because, and then we would type in the reason why. So this view has been captured. And now that is our default place. So we go from Henley Middle School, and then we're going to fly over. That was a significant historical place for me. And then we're going to fly over to the Appomattox Courthouse, and then bam, when I click on that, instead of taking me to that sort of like not super exciting rural town area, we've got this really pretty nice image that gives us that great 3D imagery that we can move around. Another cool one to show you is also the Rocky Mountains, and this one gives you a little bit more of a 3D feel as well. So I wanted to show you this one because there's plenty out there that also has, I know some of the major cities have some 3D features as well, and so you can certainly set that as your place marker and capture that view as well. So be on the lookout for some of these 3D things, just because there is so much out there that can really provide a nice visualization as people are flying from one place to another. My one last tip about capturing those is utilizing the street view and those blue dots, so grabbing onto that little person and dragging things over to see what is available. The blue dots represent pictures that people have taken, and then those street lines, those blue lines, indicate that pictures are available that were taken by the Google car. So when you grab that little yellow guy and drop it either on the blue dot or on the line, that is how you can grab some of those great visualizations. The last thing that I want to talk to you all today about is customizing your markers, because there's a lot of different ways that you can utilize those symbols and customizations to really personalize your tour the way that you would like for. So let's jump into my first historical significance place marker that I dropped down. I totally recognize that, that we are representing Walton Middle School, but I am actually local to Albemarle County. And however, I didn't go to Walton, I actually went to Henley. Don't hate on me. So I dropped a marker here, but I wanted to go in and show you how we can customize some of these things. So I'm going to maybe make this a large marker because this is a significant place to me. This is where I went to middle school. It's also where I actually met my husband. So I'm going to change this marker to a little heart, and Henley's colors are orange and blue, so I'm going to change my marker color to orange to represent the school colors. There are obviously a lot of different things in here that you can do as well. You can turn it on and off your label. You can change your label size color or the colors, and you can change how these views and the altitudes and all of those here. So let's go ahead and drop this back, and you can see that here's my marker and it has been updated to my customizations. All right, guys, now it's time for you to explore a little bit and figure out ways that you can level up your Google tour. Can't wait to see what you do.